Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a bit of a introduction to a series I want to do with like Asian dramas and doing reviews, like because I watch a lot of Asian content and I know y'all are familiar with me doing K-pop, but I'm not really going to do that too much because I haven't really been listening to a lot of K-pop lately, but I have been watching a plethora of Asian content, Asian dramas and like Asian movies and stuff. So I want to start a series of just like doing reviews. Now, today I'm not doing a review. I'm just going to give you recommendations for Asian dramas that I have watched, um, and I think that you should watch. But later on, I want to try to get into doing a full review of a show after I've watched it. And when I do those reviews, they will have a lot of spoilers in them. So, like, watch it after you've already watched the show for yourself. But if you want me to do ones that are like spoiler free and just kind of give you the gist of the show, let me know. But for right now, we're just going to do the recommendations that I have. And these recommendations are not all Korean. I have, I have, I believe, I have one Chinese, one Thai, and the rest are Korean. I didn't want to do too many because I'm a talker and I will have this video way too long. But yeah, I'm just going to give you recommendations and like what I thought of it and all that stuff. I'm going to try not to do spoilers, but no promises. So watch this with what do you call it? Watch it at your own risk. I got something in my eye. It's my hair probably. But yeah. I have my tablet to like show you pictures because I haven't learned how to like put pictures and stuff on videos yet. But when I do, ooh, y'all in trouble. But yeah, okay, so my first recommendation is going to be, because this is my first life. Let me make sure y'all can see that. And this can be found on Netflix and it's also on Viki, I believe. I know it's for sure on Netflix because that's where I watched it, but I feel like I've seen it on Viki before. And Rakuten, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry. But Rakuten Viki is an app that lets you watch a lot of Asian stuff for free. But then the subscription, like the standard one, is $6 and the premium one is $10. So it's really inexpensive, and I think it's worth it if you really are into K dramas. So that's just a side note. And anyway, because this is my first life, I recommend this one. I would give it a 9 out of 10. It was really good. Like it was very realistic. It wasn't like overly romantic or overly dramatic. It was just well paced. It really gave you a sense of comfort. Like it comforted me because it was just talking about how the struggles of limiting ourselves to these time frames. Like, oh, I'm 20, I gotta do this. Oh, I'm 30, I should be doing this. Like it really just kind of comforted me in a way. Like just relax because this is everyone's first time doing anything. So just like take your time and do it when it is time. So I think it's a very comforting show. It had elements of romance, but it was really good. I really recommend it. Like I watched it twice, and it's very rare for me to watch anything twice, but that one is definitely something I highly, highly, highly recommend. Some people find it kind of boring because they're probably used to the super dramatic, super romantic ones, but this one was nice. It was nice and sweet. I wouldn't recommend it to someone who's just now getting into Asian content or Asian dramas because it would be too slow paced for them, and they would probably be like, "It's kind of boring," so I don't want to do it. But for all of the vets or whatever, or people who are seasoned in watching them, highly recommend that one. Okay, our next one is 1% of something. Now I love this one. This is my favorite. Like it's really fighting for the top spot against someone else, but I'm not gonna recommend that one in this video. It's Scarlet Heart Radio, but because I can't find it anywhere and I don't want to recommend it and then you can't go watch it. So I'm just not gonna recommend it. But this is fighting for top spot with that drama. 1% of something is really good. It's a enemies to lovers trope, but it's like not the typical, oh, I just hate you for no reason. Like These are the woman is a genuine person. Like she's not necessarily poor, but she just don't need a lot of money. She's never one of those people who needed money, and then she meets the CEO in a very unconventional way. And yeah, it was really good. Very good enemies to lover story that didn't feel forced. So I would definitely recommend that. I give it a 10 out of 10. That's my favorite drama. Like I watched that. I have watched it. It has to be over 10 times. Like I can watch it back to front and not get bored and not be like, oh, I already know this is coming. Like I have the same feeling I had when I first watched it when I watched that drama. That's just me though. Like I don't know what it is, but highly recommend. My next one is a Thai drama. It is boy love, so that means that it's between two male characters as the main leads who are lovers. But here's Tharntype. I don't know if it's Tharn type or Tarn type, but the way they were pronouncing it in the drama, it seemed like it was Tarn type. And Tarn is one and type is the other. So they just put the names together like a ship. But I highly recommend that one too if you're into boy love. Now, if you're not into boy love or you're not used to hearing I don't know what language people in Thailand speak, but if you're not used to hearing that, it will be rough on your ear. I will say that. Like it will be kind of rough on your ear. But it has 2 seasons. That show has 2 seasons, and but they separated them. Like some shows you can find the second season right with the first, but no, it's separated. Like you got Tharntype, and then you got Tharntype 2, 7 Years of Love. But I recommend watching both seasons. I personally think the second season was better because they seem to have like found their footing. Because the first one was a little clunky. Like some places, I'm like, what's going on here? Like the plot got a little weird, but it was good overall. Like I really, really, really enjoyed Tharntype. I've watched Tharntype 2 times, and I watched the second season once, only because I didn't know there was a second season. And by the time I found it, it was a while since I watched the first season. So I said, let me watch the first season over, and then I'm gonna watch the second season to like let it all be together. But it was good. Okay, my next one. Ooh. Okay, I had to cut because something was in my throat and it was really aggravating me. And I'm hoping that I wasn't moving around too much. I just realized because my mic is on my chest. I'm like, hope I didn't move around too much. But anyway, my next recommendation was very, very popular. And usually I stay away from the popular dramas because people just overhype them and they're actually not good. But I actually found this one before the hype, and not long after I found it, it became very popular. But anyway, The Glory. I don't actually know if you guys can read this forward, I realize. But yes, The Glory. This drama was really good. It's really dark. So if you like dark themed dramas, when I say dark, I mean like it dealt with a lot of mental issues, it dealt with violence, it dealt with like even the atmosphere of the drama was dark. Like it was dark settings and you exploring a character who's not necessarily a hero. She's not even necessarily a protagonist. She's more like an anti-hero. She's someone who's looking to get revenge. And it was just such a great drama with how everything played out. Like the writers did their thing with taking us through this journey of helping this character get her revenge. Like it was just such a nice drama. Like they did a good job. I don't want to give away too much, but I'm just saying like it was such a good job. And all the actors did an amazing job. The people who played the villains, oh my god, amazing job, because I guarantee you you will really hate them by the end of this. And you're kind of like, you'll have a confliction about cheering for the main character, the main protagonist, the woman, because you're like, how could you just keep doing like your morals will definitely be shaken a little bit. You'll be like, like I'm agreeing with things that she wants to do to these people. But it's like when you think about what happened to her and what they did to her, you're like, you know what? I'll let it ride. But I definitely recommend. I didn't give a rating for Tharntype. I realize. I'm sorry. I'll give Tharntype 8 out of 10. And I would give The Glory a 9 out of 10. Only reason I give it a 9 is because there were some things I wanted to be wrapped up that I feel like weren't wrapped up in the drama, but it was good overall. Okay, next one is a Chinese drama. I actually just finished watching this, and there's 2 seasons of it. This is called My Girlfriend is an Alien. It's really good. You can find it on Viki. Oh my god, see, I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, 1% of something can be found on Viki. The Tharntype, same thing. Viki and YouTube. I heard it's on YouTube. That's where I found it, but it was like real bootleg looking. So I'm assuming it wasn't supposed to be on YouTube, but it's on Viki legally. My Girlfriend is an Alien. I mean, The Glory was on Netflix. That's a Netflix show, and My Girlfriend is an Alien can be found on Viki and YouTube. But anyway, My Girlfriend is Alien was really good. Oh my god, like my little heart was just in such a good place. Like my heart sang so many times in those dramas. The first season wasn't as they didn't have a lot of affection, a lot of lovey scenes or anything like there was romance, but it wasn't super heavy. The second season, the romance is heavy, heavy. Um but it's not so heavy that it's uncomfortable. It's like I'm just so happy for this couple. Like, thank you that we're getting this. Like, thank you for giving us this opportunity to see this couple because they went through so much. Like, both of the characters have issues with their memory. Like, one has amnesia because of past traumas, and he'll forget her, and it gets out of hand multiple times. But she never gives up on making him fall back in love with her, and I just love that. And in the second season, it's about the same thing, but they changed a lot of stuff, but it made it better. So, but I realize they do that a lot in Chinese dramas. Like if they have 2 seasons, the first season will be one thing, and then the second season will be the same thing but flipped. Um, but yeah, I recommend that one. I would give it a 10 out of 10. Like I love that one. I would definitely watch that one again, season 1 and 2, because it was just so freaking good. The main characters had such great chemistry. Like, ooh, please go watch that. If y'all don't watch none of the rest of these recommendations, please go watch that. Okay, my next one is a Korean one. You can find it on Netflix. It's a Netflix show. It's called Alchemy of Souls. It has 2 seasons. First season is great. Second season is even better. Like they really were in their bag with this show. Okay. I don't really know how to describe the show. It's fantasy based and it's like about mages and magic and all that other stuff. And Alchemy of Souls is a spell that allows you to swap souls with another person, and consent is not always, if at all, ever given to do this. But yeah, it's a spell to swap souls, and because of this swapping of souls, um a lot of innocent people were hurt. A lot of innocent people were lost. um and it just became a big thing because the main the main male character, he was conceived during a swap. Like someone had swapped souls with his father, and he ended up being conceived, and his life was there was a prophecy on his life that he would become a king. And because of this, a lot of people, well, his own father made sure he could not perform magic because he knew what was in store for him if he ever did start doing magic. But you know how that goes. You tell a character they can't do something, they're gonna do it. Sorry, my brother was talking to me, but yeah, it's really good. I recommend it. I tried watching it a second time, but I really watched it a second time because sorry, my nose piercing is moving. I watched it a second time because my brother was watching it, and it was good, but it's just like the story is kind of drawn out for me. I don't like stories that just draw out plot points, get to it, and let's move on because I don't need to have a confession take 3 episodes. I hate that. So, yeah, I would give that an 8 out of 10. Still recommend it. Okay, next one. This video is gonna be kind of long because I'm almost done though. I have like 3 more. Yeah. Oh, it's on Netflix because it's a Netflix show. Okay, this one is Hometown Cha Cha Cha. This one is really good. I would give it I would give it a 9 out of 10. It was good. This is not one I recommend for new people getting into K dramas and stuff. It's on Netflix. Let me just say that before I forget. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it to new people getting into K dramas because it is kind of slow. The build is slow. And I remember when I was watching it, I was like, what's going on? Like what's taking so long? But I'm glad I did keep watching it because it got better and better. It's like they wanted you to build bonds with the characters, I think. Because each of the characters are really important to each other, even if they're not like main characters, like they still are important enough to the story to like warm your heart. And it's like I guess you could say it's like a slice of life type of K drama. It's really good. Do not recommend to newcomers. Um, but it's good for the vets. I think y'all like that. Okay, my next one is another Netflix series. Um, The Uncanny Counter. This is in my top 5. Let me show that picture again. I'm sorry, I went too fast. This is in my top 5. Like this show is so freaking good. It's a supernatural show. It's about Grim Reapers basically, but they're called counters in this one, and they are in charge of exercising demons, but they're like different levels of demons. Like you got level 1 to 5, and they have to trap them and then exercise. I'm sorry, I'm trying to move my legs around. It's like falling asleep. But yeah, they have to exercise demons after they trap them, but it's not as easy as it sounds because depending on their level, they can really do some damage. And it's like a group of them, like they're different groups all around the world, and they're focused on the one in Korea, and it's 4 of them. But one of them is new, and he's just trying to figure out what is this. I didn't pause so many times, like it's crazy. But anyway, yeah, I definitely recommend Uncanny Counter. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's so good. It's so intense. Like there's no romance. There's like a little hint of a crush between 2 of the characters, but it's nothing that we need to focus on. But other than that, everything is so good. Like it's so intense and it has so much action and so much drama, and it really made you understand how intense the situation was, and I love that. So I highly recommend Uncanny Counter. So it's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's real quick, I think. I think it's like 16 episodes. Don't let me lie. Okay, but yeah, my last recommendation for today is Mr. Queen. And I have 2 pictures for it because I was planning to do a whole review on it. So if you want to see a full review on the show, this is going to be the first show I do a review on. It's Mr. Queen. Mr. Queen. It's on Netflix, but it's also on Viki. It is so good. Oh my god, I love Mr. Queen. Like Mr. Queen probably in my top 5 as well. I've watched it twice back to back. You know what? I realized there was another one I should have recommended. I'll do that in my next video, my next Asian drama recommendations video. But that one, because I watched this one and then the one I'm thinking about right after, and it was so good. But anyway, Mr. Queen is really good. It's about a chef who was set up to look like someone who poisoned some rich people or something like that. I don't know because his story is so like weird and brief. Anyway, he falls to his death in a hotel pool and he hits his head. But instead of him waking back up as himself, he wakes back up as a woman in the Joseon dynasty or Joseon era, and she's supposed to be the next queen. But it's not her anymore. It's him inside her body. And he's just like freaking out. It's so funny. It's so loving. It's so heartwarming. And like with me and historical dramas, we have a whole thing because historical dramas tend to like have the same tropes with the king being a puppet and all sort of stuff. But this king, he was so good. Like he was always 10 steps ahead of everybody else. And that's the best you can do because back then they used to do some treacherous stuff all the time. But yeah, Mr. Queen, I highly recommend 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I can't give enough 10s. Like it's so good. But yes, please watch Mr. Queen. It's on Netflix and it's also on Viki. So yeah, go and watch them. But thank you guys for coming to this video. Thanks for watching. I really hope that you watch one of them. And if you do, please let me know and we can talk about it because I love these dramas and I watch them so often. And I'm planning to watch some more. Like I said, I just finished My Girlfriend's an Alien, but I'm looking to watch um what was it? It's something on Netflix. I don't know. But yeah, that one, it was so good. It was so good. But yeah, please let me know if you watch any of these. I hope you made it to the end of the video. If you didn't, I still love you. I just appreciate you clicking in. But yeah. I will see you guys in the next video. But do let me know if you want to like recommend me what K dramas you want full reviews on because I'm gonna do a full review on Mr. Queen and some other ones. But if you have some that you really want my opinions on, let me know because I might have watched it already or I'll just put it on my list to watch. But anyway, you have a great day, okay? I love you. Thank you so much for coming. Bye.